session with 3 rounds of Omkara. Inhale deeply. Today's date, 15 July 2023, Saturday. Titheshcha shriyamapnoti varadayushvardhanam nakshatra dharate papam yoga nivaranam karanat karya siddhishcha panchanga phalamuttamam sarvesham shubhamastu. Shloka from Gita. Nandosti mama divyanam vibhutinam parantapa declare to you is a mere example of my infinite glories.
Namaste everyone, Suprabhatam. We are seeing chapter 10, which is called Vibhuti Yoga. So Bhagavan is giving a list of his glories which are extraordinary in nature, so that one can easily meditate on Ishvara. So what is Bhagavan doing? Bhagavan is taking out some categories like Vedas, Rishis, month, season, then trees, mountain, and which is the best among that category, that Bhagavan is telling the name, like Ashwatha Sarva Vrikshanam, Ashwatha among all the trees. And this, the name he is giving based on some strength, power, devotion or sacrifice. Something is making that particular thing prominent in that group. And not only the meditation is purpose, two more benefits are seen when we see the glories. All of us are having some or the other glories. So when we know that all the glories are Ishvara's glories only, what happens? When we see some glories in ourselves, we do not become arrogant about that. And when we see some glories in others, we don't become jealous about that. Because glories in myself and glories in others, both are manifestation of Ishvara only. And what is glory? To understand that, some new faces are there in today Maitrimilan. The concept behind that, I will just give a brief introduction about that. So, there are three levels of appreciation of Ishvara. Ekarupa Bhakti, Vishwarupa or Anekarupa Bhakti, and Arupa Bhakti. What is Ekarupa Bhakti? In world, whatever objects we see, take example of a table. So that is intelligently put together. The parts are not joined by itself. There is some creator who has put together all the parts, like carpenter has created the table. So we see for all the objects there are some creator behind it. Or else what would happen when we start from the college, at home we will keep atta, salt, water ready. And evening when we come back the rotis will be ready. But that doesn't happen now. We have to come back and we only have to cook. So there is some creator for any object that is intelligently put together. Same for the entire creation, entire world, and also our body parts. See, everything is properly put together. Hands are in hands place, legs are in legs place, not the other way around. So say anything is intelligently put together, there is some creator behind. And we know that we ourselves have not created this. So we accept there is a creator and the creator is Ishvara. Now there is a problem in this understanding. What? The creator also requires some material out of which the creation will be made. Like the clay pot. It requires two things, potter and the clay. Both are required. But there is a problem here. What? In scripture it is said that God alone was there before creation. Then from where the material is coming? For that also Upanishad gives the resolve. How? Upanishad gives the example of a spider. So spider creates the web. So he is the creator also and the material comes from within. So the same entity can be the creator as well as the material cause. And whenever we understand any material cause is there, that can never be separated from the product. Like the clay pot. Can you separate the clay and the pot? If you separate, then no clay is there. So if we understand Bhagavan to be the material cause as well, along with being created, we can never separate the world from Bhagavan. So wherever we see, whatever we see, we can see Ishvara. And that is called Aneka Rupa Bhakti or Vishwarupa Bhakti. Now comes the third level of understanding where Ishvara and I, the self, are essentially the same. We can take the example of wave, a small wave and a big ocean. So the wave can feel very limited, small, but essentially if we see, both the wave and the ocean are nothing but salt water only. So essentially there is no difference. Now there can be one question, that why these different levels of understanding are given? Directly Arupa Bhakti can be given, no? That cannot happen. Because based on our internal maturity, we can appreciate Ishvara. Like for children, if we want to teach them abstract number, we cannot give the numbers directly. What we do? We give some tangible objects like chocolate, fruits, flowers. With that they start counting and they understand the abstract number. So based on that internal maturity, we can appreciate Ishvara. And one level of understanding does not discard the previous level of understanding. Means one who is a Vishwarupa Bhakta appreciates Ishvara everywhere. The same person can appreciate Ishvara in a temple also. So one level does not discard the previous level. Now, in this shloka, let us see the Pada Vicheda first. Na antaha asti mama divyanam vibhutinam parantapa eshaha tu uddeshataha proktaha vibhutehe vistaraha maya. So till now, Bhagavan has given all the list of glories. Because Arjuna in the 16th shloka has asked Bhagavan, please tell me your glories endlessly, asheshena. So Bhagavan has given the elaboration. But now in this shloka, Bhagavan is stopping, saying that my list of glories is not exhausted. But if I don't stop, what will happen? The chapter will never end. So we will never reach 18th chapter. The 10th chapter only will continue. So Bhagavan is stopping here. And what he is saying, let us see. Na antaha asti. There is no end. Of what? Mama vibhutina. Of my glories. So there is no end of my glories. What type of glories? Divyanam, which are extraordinary in nature. Tu. Eshaha tu. It is written tu. However, Eshaha next line. Vistaraha. Eshaha vistaraha. This detail. Vibhutehe of my glories. Maya proktaha has been mentioned by me. Uddeshataha as an illustration. So some sample of glories have been given. Now in the next shloka Bhagavan will also say that I have stopped giving the list. But you can create your own list. How? That method will be given in the next shloka. And before ending, I just end with a small story that if somebody does not believe that there is Bhagavan, so for them there is a small story given. So it's about a scientist and God. This story I heard from a Swamiji, foreigner Swamiji who came long back in Prashanti Kutiram. So the scientist went to God. Now don't ask me that how the scientist went to God, that is not the importance here. Understand the crisp of it, gist of it. So scientists went to God and said that, God, now we can create and invent everything in this world. So God, you can now retire, we can run the world. So God was calm and composed. God asked, okay, that's very good, I'm happy that I can retire. But let us have a small test so that I can see that you can run the world properly. So God gave a small test that just make a clay pot. Scientist was very happy, that is the easiest thing to do. So he started taking the lump of clay to make the pot. Then God said, please stop. First you create your own clay and then make the pot. The scientist understood and came back. Thank you. One small video will be shown now.
The big launch of our school of performing arts in our division of yoga humanities. In association with the Prisms College of Fine Arts, we have now offering the following certificate for such our campus. Music, vocal, Hindustani, Karnataka, playback singing. And instruments, you got the Bansuri, Carnatic violin, Carnatic flute, guitar, keyboard, Western violin, tabla, drums. And in dance, we have Bharatanatyam, visual arts, Kathak, the drawing, painting, charcoal setting, and traditional painting, all. And join us today on 17th, Monday, for a live concert and the launch of the School of Performing Arts in the Division of Yoga and Humanities at 2 p.m. And it will be in our Samskritin Bhavan. It will be hybrid mode. If all the students come in and you all can join online. And It's an undisputed leader in fine arts and fraternity rhythms, having number of centers, and we have 7 branches across Bangalore itself. What to talk about in India and all over the world. Welcome, wish you all the best.